All right, Cease. I want to talk about second-year players here. And if I were to ask you, like, hey, who's the second-year player that's going to take the biggest jump? I know you're all screaming, Bo Nix! It's your radio right now. He's off the board. That's the easy answer, right?
Okay.
That's the low-hanging fruit that is. But what about the rest of these second-year players? And a couple of them are guys that George Paton talked about this week at the owners' meetings.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, just look at Nick Bonito. Last year at this time, did we think Nick Bonito would be an all-pro player? I don't think anyone would have said that. So you just, and it's a credit to Sean, it's a credit to the staff, how they develop these young players, to take that next step. They all grow at different areas. Some, like we talked about, Pat Surtain walked in the door. He didn't need, he was Pat Surtain, but a lot of these guys, some get it in the second year, some get it in the third year. And so you just, you can't be overly patient, but you just have to keep developing your young players.
I like the line there. You can't be overly patient, but you have to keep developing your players.
All right.
And I think now with this rebuild clock being accelerated because of how good Bo Nix is, you really can't be overly patient because it's you and I have talked about this. There's a financial window with Bo Nix on a rookie contract where you can really strike where the iron is hot. So I love that line and that sort of theory of thinking from George Paton. And then I want to know now, okay, again, outside of Bo Nix, who are these second-year players that you and I think, Broncos country, that you think could be in line for, I'm hesitant to be like a Bonito jump because the dude was a damn star at the NFL level, not the Denver level, but the NFL level. So maybe not that big of a jump, but who becomes a key contributor in year number 2 the way they weren't in year number 1? And I go to Audric Estime, Jonah Ellis, as he mentioned, Vele. I wrote Vel on the rundown, but clearly I meant
too.
Vele. Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
And the only one that believes in that is Oregon Trey. DeAndre Tillman, who I always forget, and you bring him up, so at least I remembered him this time, and was a hell of a player with 5.5 sacks at the end of the year. And then a guy that's off the board, but Sean said it just a couple days ago, I want to see what that room looks like back home, and he's talking about the running back room. I think Blake Watson is in this conversation too.
Okay. May I nitpick a little bit?
Please.
George Paton brings up Nick Bonito. It was his third year. So the Bonito bump is the third year bump.
There's some room still.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second year one is interesting because everyone wants it to be Bo Nix. It should be Bo Nix, but if not, it's Jonah Ellis.
Really?
That's the player.
You think he's going to get enough reps to make a? He didn't get all the time.
Right.
He got. I mean, he still was a great rookie player.
Yes.
I'll go good. I don't know about great rookie player. Good rookie player. For the reps that he got, he was really good.
Well, here's the thing. We've known that the Denver Broncos are going to negotiate in good faith with Courtland Sutton on a contract extension. That's awesome, right? Great. I want Sutton around. It's going to be over $23 million a year. Sorry if that offends you. Here's what we haven't really talked about. What do they do with Nick Bonito? Because if Jonah Ellis turns it on, Nick Bonito is the most expensive one of what we're talking about. Zach Allen's going to be expensive with a contract extension. Courtland Sutton's going to be somewhat expensive, thanks to Stephon Diggs, with a contract extension. What's Bonito going to be? He's going to blow him out of the water. And if you look, again, to get super nerdy, how much does garbage time matter?
Not much at all.
What about when 7 of your sacks come in garbage time?
Oh, no.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, I don't know why Vaughn chimed in.
Well, by the way, Vaughn, I believe, is behind Nick Bonito with, 3 sacks last year in garbage time? Bonito had 7 sacks in garbage time. So does that play into anything? Now, I like Nick Bonito. I love the jump that he took. I talk to him every week in the locker room. He's very, very forward, good game or bad game. He doesn't dodge the media like Russell Westbrook last night. So Bonito, I really appreciate that about him. But I just asked the question, does it matter that majority of his sacks? What was the total number for Bonito on the year, Kev? My brain's mush because I'm mad at Russell Westbrook. So
I think that's off the top of my head.
Is it a big deal that 7 of them came in garbage time?
That's a lot.
And by garbage time, I mean when you're up by 7 or more points or 10 or more points.
13.5 was a number.
13.5. So half of that came in garbage time. Does that matter when teams have to pass, when you're playing catch-up football against this Broncos team? Like, I don't know, but I know this. If Jonah Ellis takes that next step, you're going franchise tag Bonito to keep him around, and I don't know what you do. I don't know if you're paying him.
But then you kind of have a good problem.
It's a good problem.
Rich people problems, right? Yeah. You're talking about Jonathan Cooper already locked up. Nick Bonito will be locked up. Jonah Ellis is on a rookie deal. I'm pretty sure.
If Jonah Ellis blows up this year and you haven't yet paid Bonito, because you can't pay everybody, And if we rank the rankings in order of preference of how we should pay those guys, Bonito would be up there, but also his price tag is up there. Sutton will be easier to do. Zach Allen will be pricey, but it will be easier to do. Man, Bonito's going to be difficult to pay, man.
I'm just not in the business of getting rid of your best pass rusher. Even if Ellis is great, like isn't that what made Super Bowl 50's team so solid? Is you had Vaughn, DeMarcus, Shane, you had Shaq, pass rushers, and interior defensive linemen that were stars. You know what they have right now? Interior defensive linemen that are stars. And I feel good about a couple of the pass rushers and what the ceiling of the Tillmans and the Ellises will be.
Yeah, Cooper and then Bonito being their pinchers, and then Ellis and Tillman being their pinchers, but...
Because you don't have to pay Ellis or Tillman until, what are we talking about, 2028?
Tillman would be a year before that, I believe, because of the way they picked him up as a priority guy, priority free agent. So, like, because of how he came into this league from the UFL, I believe he has to get paid sooner.
Okay.
But either way, like, if Jonah Ellis takes that next step, I don't know what you're doing with Nick Bonito. And maybe they can pay him, and I'm totally wrong, and this is a moot point, and, you know, I just know that Ellis is the guy. I'd put my chips on Ellis of second-year players. If we go third-year players, the answer is easily Marvin Mims. It's Marvin Mims. That's easy, and that's a no-brainer because it's not Jaleel McLaughlin. Have we seen the best of blank? Have we seen the best of Marvin Mims?
No.
Have we seen the best of Jaleel McLaughlin?
Yes.
Okay, done. It's Mims. If we go third-year guys. Second-year guys, we're not even in that question yet. We're just waiting to see who takes that step. They like these guys. They like the guys that they've added. What can you do now? And if that's Jonah Ellis has, coming out of college, 6 moves to get after the passer.
I love that.
And when I told him that at rookie minicamp, he's like, I've got 3. I was like, no, brother, you got twice
Selling
that.
yourself short,
Yo,
guy.
my man, 2 pieces of cheese. Hook it up. So if that dude hits in the way that he can hit, dare I say he can be better than Nick Bonito.
Ooh, I love that. Again, rich people problems. All for having those if you're the Denver Broncos. By the way, our text line, Fatty Matty from Wheat Ridge. I love that he calls himself that.
I hope he's fat. Because you don't like the guys with the nickname that doesn't make any sense. Like Biggie Smalls, like he wasn't, you're not small, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
So Fatty Matty,
But I thought that was
hope
about
you're just gigantic.
Right, Biggie with the...
Let's move on.
Okay. But Fatty Matty says it's Val Kilmer in The Saint. Obviously, I'll Be Your Huckleberry's getting all the love.
Yes.
And then Jim Morrison. He played Jim Morrison.
Yes, he did in the Doors movie.
Which I did not realize. Very cool. I don't think I ever saw that movie.
I did not realize that Jim Morrison's father was like way high up. Simmer and I are going to talk about it later. Way high up in the CIA. Did you know that, Simmer?
Really?
Yeah. So a lot of that hippie movement, they say, was a psyop.
Okay.
Like from the government. Like, hey, go deal a bunch of drugs in them hippies and start doing all this. So, yeah, infiltrate.
They would never do that.
They would not. No, they're totally, they're our government.